World Rivers Part 20. The Amazon River begins as an icy stream and it moves on in the high Andes mountain and it moves through different countries and it starts in the mountains, Andes mountains of Peru. It flows through Brazil and empties into the Atlantic Ocean. The Amazon and its tributaries drain a basin that covers an area equal to three-fourths of the contiguous United States. The first Europeans to see the Amazon were Spanish explorers who traveled it in the 1500s. They encountered a group of people who all appeared to be women, or so the story goes. The explorers called them Amazons, after female warriors described in the Greek mythology. The name Amazon was later given to the river. For much of its course, the Amazon flows through the world's largest tropical rainforest. The region has abundant and unusual wildlife, including flesh-eating fish called piranhas, huge fish called piraku, which can weigh more than 125 kilograms, 275 pounds, and a giant snake called anacondas. Some Amazon tribes remain independent of the Western culture. The Tagari people, for instance, continue to live in nomadic life based around the Amazon and its tributaries in the rainforest of Ecuador. Because of the demand for timber from the rainforest, the land of the indigenous people of the Amazon is shrinking. Today, there are fewer than 100 Tagari living in the rainforest. Rivers provide energy to many South American communities. The Itapo Dam crosses the Parana River on the Brazil-Paraguay border. Construction of the dam required the labor of thousands of workers and cost more than $12 billion. The Claims power plant can regularly produce some 12,600 megawatts of electricity. The huge reservoir formed by the dam supplies water for drinking and for irrigation. Rivers of Africa. Africa's two largest rivers are the Nile River and the Congo River. One tributary of the Nile, the, the White Nile, flows from the tiny streams in the mountains of Burundi through the Lake of Victoria. Africa's largest lake is that of Victoria Lake. The other tributary, the Blue Nile, begins in the Lake of Tana, Ethiopia. The two join at Khartoum in Sudan. The Nile then flows through the Sahara Desert in Sudan and Egypt and empties into the Mediterranean Sea. Because the area where the tributaries meet is close to two sources of the Nile, the area is called Upper Nile, even though it is farther south geographically. The Lower Nile runs through Egypt. One of the earliest civilizations in the world developed along the Lower Nile. Ancient Egyptian civilization arose about 5,000 years ago. It was directly related to the Nile and its annual flooding. Each year, the Nile overflowed, spreading rich sediments across its broad floodplain. This made the land extremely fertile. Egyptian farmers were able to grow plentiful crops. In fact, ancient Egyptians called their land Kemet, which means black land, because of the rich black soil deposited by the river. Egyptians also used the Nile as a major transportation route to both the Mediterranean and African interior. The pageant or double crown worn by the Egyptian monarchs combined the symbolism from both the Upper Nile and the Lower Nile. A tall white crown shaped like a bowling pin represented the lands of the Upper Nile, and this crown was combined with the pointy red crown that had a curly wire protruding from the front. The red color symbolized the red soils of the Lower Egypt, while the curly wire represented the honeybee. When putting on the patient, an Egyptian ruler assumed leadership for the entire Nile. They felt so proud of it.